guys. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. So, I see we have a very special guest here. What
We
is their
do.
name?
We do. This is Milo. This is my baby.
Hi, Milo. So, are you going to be joining us for the interview? Because
I
everybody
know.
is
He just
welcome.
jumped in my lap as we recorded. He's the center of attention. Clearly, he knows what to do.
Well, lucky for you, animals are always welcome on my podcast. So,
Yay. Okay.
so why don't you tell me a little bit about why you each decided to go back on the show?
Dara, please.
Sure. Well, I was on the first season of MasterChef Junior, and I was 12 at the time. So since then, it's been almost 10 years. So when I got the call or the email about going back for MasterChef, it just kind of felt like right timing. I had just graduated from culinary school and I've been working in the industry for the past, 6-7 years. So I felt like it was going to be, a challenge for me, but a challenge that I was ready to take on. And obviously going back into the kitchen, I almost won the first time on juniors. I was the runner up. And so I was, ready to get that MasterChef title.
Nice. I remember your first season very well and cheering you on, and you were so cute then, and now you've grown into a beautiful, accomplished young lady, and I'm
She's
so
still
proud of you.
cute. She's
She
still
is cute. She is cute. Yes, she is.
Sans the red bow.
Yes.
That's true.
What about you, Michael?
I couldn't decide if I was more mad at the judges or mad at myself when I left season 10. I got 15th place. I think I was sent home really early in the season. And, this was kind of the ultimate redemption for me. I had to kind of try again and prove, because I don't feel like I was the 15th place of season 10. And I had a bone to pick, I sort of felt like I had this pain left over in me that I had to prove. And I think that's what I really came back for. Really just, like I said, I don't know if it's more for the judges or myself or what, but I had to come back and prove that I'm better than season 10. And, now we're like top 8 on the All-Star season. So, I feel like whatever happens from this point on, I've won, honestly.
Well, I have to say, mission accomplished for you. You're doing well. I'm very proud of you as well.
Thank you.
So how about this wall challenge that's coming up this week? I'm so excited for it. What can you tell me about this without giving too much away?
Yeah, well, it was definitely a shock walking into the kitchen, and especially up to this point, to top 8. Or at least I was, very used to walking to the MasterChef kitchen and seeing, each station set up and the judges standing at the front. It became kind of a routine. So walking into the kitchen and seeing this wall dividing the whole kitchen, it was a little terrifying. I've seen the wall challenge in, I think, the UK version, or Australia did, I think, the wall. And so I knew kind of what to expect, but being in it, actively in it, is a whole nother story.
What about you, Michael?
And I'll show my age here. I'll give you a little behind the scenes. So after we finished the episode prior, Gordon Ramsay said to us, "Remember, guys, we don't need no education." And I think I'm the only one that knew the hint, and I kept it to myself because I'm a jerk. And I knew the Pink Floyd reference, and it clearly showed my age here. But I sort of walked in with a gut feeling that wall was going to be there when we opened the doors. And so, all the anxiety of the night before that episode came to life. I didn't sleep very well because I'm like, the wall is coming. The wall is coming. I'd watched it. They did it the first time in the USA on season 11. So just the year before. And so I had just watched that go down and knew that of all the challenges, the wall is kind of what I think is probably the most entertaining to watch, but the most difficult to participate in. So I think all of us had some pretty deep anxiety and panic the second we saw that divider going down the set Dara, I know you know what I'm telling you. Open that door, you walk out, and it's like there's this giant wall going down the middle of the set, and you're like, deep breath, deep breath. I think one thing, Dara and I have in common among many things is that we are very nervous people, actually, and you can see that through the season.
So, lots of deep breathing.
Yeah, and you'll often notice like me and Dara will be looking at each other, cheering each other on, because we were kind of the ones that were always like trying to contain our emotions the entire time. And the wall, it's probably the toughest challenge, maybe second to Restaurant Takeover. I would say it's probably the second toughest challenge on MasterChef.
And also, sorry.
I was just saying, I noticed that between you two, kind of have like, I could tell it's like a brother-sister kind of relationship, and I thought that was absolutely adorable.
Yeah, well, Mike and I were like always on the top together through the challenges, and
sometimes on the bottom together.
So, I mean, that was great. Kind of just to add this in about going back, like to MasterChef, I was really excited to just meet the other contestants and build those relationships. And it was interesting because going into this wall challenge, like we knew Emily had an advantage, but we didn't really know what her advantage was going to be. And it was a very interesting group, like the top 8 of like all the different possible pairings. So I think that was also one thing that was like pretty nerve-wracking for me, was just like, who am I going to be paired up with and have to work with?
There's definitely going to be, without giving away, there is definitely going to be an advantage given to Emily for that immunity pin. And I'm mad about it because when I got my pin, I got nothing. I still had to cook. I got no advantage whatsoever. I didn't get to choose my partner. I don't know who, I don't know why I didn't get any love, but here we are.
Michael, we're in the same boat. I still have to cook in the team challenge.
Okay, fine. All right, fine.
You guys are so cute. I love your little relationship together. Now, are you guys going to continue to work together in the future? Do you have any plans of maybe doing a cooking show together or a cooking podcast or something together?
That would be
possibly.
That would be the dream.
Michael and I, the show, going through this whole process, like even Michael and I, but all the other contestants
in general,
in general, like we all like to joke that we're trauma bonded together because it's a very intense experience that we all go through together, and regardless of rivalries or at the end of the day, we are all going through this together and have to support each other. So it's great. Derek has a podcast that I've been on and talked to a few other of the contestants about doing pop-ups. And I know Michael and I definitely would like to work together in the future. So hopefully that will come soon.
I would love to see that.
To Dara's point, like we kind of are this little MasterChef family, and we can't truly express to other people in our life the pressure of kind of being in that competition. And so we have each other to lean on, and we talk on the phone all the time. We call each other late night, and we've built a bond because of that experience that it's really unique. And so with whether I'm working side by side to Dara, I'd be happy just being her sous chef. Like I have so much respect for her and what she was able to accomplish at such a young age. And, I think having that type of support system, we are not like competing with each other. We are here to support and love up on each other. So that's what we'll keep doing.
That is beautiful. And going back to cooking, you guys are both fabulous chefs. I want to try some of the dishes that you made. But what is on your cooking bucket list that you want to learn how to cook next?
Ooh.
Interesting. I feel like I've tried to learn everything. I haven't gotten good at everything, but I've tried.
I'm really interested. So I went to a culinary school, but it was a French culinary school. So I was learning a lot of French technique, and I did baking and pastry. But I really want to just spend time in the kitchen with an Italian grandma and just really learn the labor of love that goes into creating dishes like that. And not even just Italian cuisine, but I love all types of Asian cuisine. And so I think there's really something special about learning from mothers and grandmothers, and yes, professional chefs too, but I love family recipes and diving deeper into that.
Well, come over to my house. I'm Italian, so and my mom is a big cook. You can cook with an Italian aunt and a Lithuanian mom. So how's that sound?
Sounds great.
What about you, Michael? And obviously you're invited too.
Thank you. I think for me, outside of just a specific culinary goal, I really have this drive to open my own restaurant that, has started. I think I told my family I wanted to have my own restaurant when I was like 13. And it's just been that one thing that I haven't been able to check off my list yet. And, I think for me that's kind of the ultimate goal. And I don't, I think hopefully this season of MasterChef will be able to springboard that into action. So, I think that's really what I have my sights on right now.
Nice. And what is the biggest lesson you learned from one of the judges on the show?
Oh. That's a good one.
I think
Yeah, that's a good one.
I know. I think for me with Gordon, especially because my interactions with Gordon started at such a young age, and he's been such a supportive figure throughout my career, and less like actual advice that he's given me, but more just my own personal observation that Gordon is one of the most observant people I've ever met, and he'll remember your interactions that you've had with him from 10 years before, and that's I feel like that's why he's such a respected figure in this industry, and I love that, and I want to be able to also kind of lead with that type of guidance in my career, and also he always is really making sure that we're believing in ourselves and just trusting our guts, and that is I think really important, especially in the kitchen.
Yeah, I think I have a two-part answer, but I'll try to be brief. I can talk all day if you give me the platform for it. I mentioned this earlier. I'm pretty emotional in the kitchen and put a lot of passion into everything that I do, which I think has been a big part of why I've been able to get so far in my career relatively quickly. But that passion can also kind of have, a problem, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. And learning to control my emotions and rein that in was something that I learned a lot going through the season. The first few challenges of this season, there was a lot more panic going on. I remember the first cook, I think it was, or when we cooked with liquor from Vegas, I made duck and I had an issue with my duck and I had to remake it, and like the panic set in. And so, I think trying to understand that if something's going wrong, just take a deep breath, pause and regroup, make a plan and kind of attack without panic. So I think that's a big lesson that I learned just about my emotions and about controlling myself even when things aren't going well. And as a chef, and I've worked in restaurants, and you have to keep your cool even when you're in the weeds. The pressure of MasterChef is honestly more intense than anything I've ever experienced. And so it pushed me to my limits, and learning to tap into that and almost use it to be empowered rather than be panicked and shut down was a big part of my journey. And the judges helped me through that. And I think in a more simple way, Gordon always says, don't put something on the plate if you're not proud of it. You know what I mean, Dara? Yeah. And sometimes I would forget because in the moment, like I just wanted to make sure they had food on there. But I think I take that lesson a little bit larger. Like, don't put anything out that you're not proud of. And in the work that I do as a cookbook author, as a social media influencer, every single recipe, every single video, I kind of have Gordon yelling at me in the back of my head, like, don't put it out unless you're proud of it. And that's something that I have taken with me into my professional career in and out of the MasterChef kitchen. So that's probably a big one for me.
Nice. I second all of that, what he said.
Yes, I definitely agree with him there. And what is one dish you think everybody should know how to cook?
I think making pasta from scratch.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, it's surprisingly easy.
If you know how to make a really fresh pasta and a really good sauce, that, that can get you places.
Yeah, and it seems different. You can do like you don't need the machines and all that. You can literally just take regular flour and water or regular flour and eggs and make just like sort of these
really
rough cut like pappardelle and stuff like. And first of all, I'm keto. I don't even really eat pasta, but if there's a culinary skill that any home cook can master that seems like, they're really chefy, make homemade pasta on a Sunday afternoon, get your hands dirty. It's really fun.
Yeah,
Nice.
I totally agree with that. And also, I think also just learning how to cook meat, like steaks and knowing kind of just the different techniques of grilling and reverse searing and pan searing and knowing kind of just how to know when the meat is done, just even based off of touch and kind of just developing those instincts in the kitchen.
Nice. Now, Michael, do you cook for your little puppy dog over there?
I have made a birthday cake for him once. But he's old now, so I'm trying to keep things simple for him because he's getting a little spoiled. He expects food every time I'm cooking, and so he gets all the scraps. He loves vegetables more than anything. So any of those little trimmings off the bell peppers or whatever, he's over there crunching away. But the days of cooking meals for him are over. We have a few other things going on.
That is awesome.
If you didn't notice.
Yes. And one thing I like asking people I interview is, why don't you each tell me a fun fact about yourselves?
Ooh.
Oh my goodness. That's a funny one.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, you go. You were ready.
I guess this like plays into my like competitiveness side too, but I grew up a competitive swimmer, and I competed in Junior Olympics when I was 12.
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's a fun fact. Not a lot of people know that about me.
I didn't know that.
That is amazing.
I don't have anything that interesting, I'm afraid. I was gonna say I'm colorblind.
That's a good fun fact.
Yeah, so like, I can't really always tell exactly the colors that I'm plating or in my food photography, but I make it work.
Nice. And since we're a TV site too, what are you guys watching these days other than MasterChef, of course?
Ooh, what have I watched lately? Oh, I've been watching Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, same. Isn't it so good?
So good. I love Selena Gomez so much. I've been a Selena stan since I was like 5 years old. So love her. Yeah, that's like been the main show I've been watching. I don't have a ton of time to watch TV, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Selena has a cooking show too. Maybe you
I
guys
know,
can
she
collaborate.
And I saw Aaron was on it.
Yeah, I think he's been on. Gordon's gonna be on this season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you guys are next.
Yes, I would love that.
I hope so.
Put it out in the universe.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
I could make something up, but truthfully, I don't even have TV. I actually only got TV so I could like a streaming thing so I could watch the episode every week. I don't watch TV. I am recently just very obsessed with TikTok, and I spend don't tell anybody, but I spend like hours a day just scrolling through TikTok. It's kind of become my new TV. So I don't have an answer for you because I'm really not watching anything but MasterChef.
So who's your favorite TikTok person?
Oh my goodness. I think I really like Elise Myers. I think she's just doing some really special things, and she just keeps surprising me. Now she's singing. Like, I just find her to be so real, which I think that's why she's been able to become who she is in such a quick amount of time. I think they just did an article about her in Vanity Fair, and she's just kind of seems like the gal we all were friends with in high school. She just seems extraordinarily real. She does videos with her hair messy, and it kind of reminds me to not be afraid to really be myself in the work that I do, and to be vulnerable, which has always been a struggle for me. So I look up to her a lot.
Yeah, she's wonderful. And where can we follow you guys on social media so we can continue to follow your careers? Because I'm excited to get to know both of you more.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm Food for You, but spelled my last name, so FOODFORYU.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
I am at Chef Michael Keto on Instagram, and then at chef.michael on TikTok, and just Chef Michael on YouTube. So they're all different. There's a lot of Michaels out there. It's hard to get unique handles. But yeah, if you just go to YouTube and search Chef Michael, I have my own channel there as well, and a podcast and a few other things going on. So, but Instagram and TikTok are my main spaces.
Okay, I'll add you guys to both. Thank you for taking the time today. I really appreciate you, and good luck, and I'm proud of you both.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Sam.
Thanks. We'll talk again soon.